a minute for some more people to get in here and then we will start. Please let me know who's in the comments and please remember that thumbs up. We will be right there. Okay, so I am waiting for more people to get here, but I am in the chat. And I hope you guys can see me here. Let's see, I've got my tablet right here, so I'll be able to see your guys' posts. Let's see. So we'll just wait for a few minutes for some people to get here, because this is a question and answer chat. Uh-oh, my cat's gonna act up already. No. Okay. So, for all those that are going to be with us today, we are going to be giving away this canning book right here as soon as we reach 20 thumbs ups. Okay? 20 thumbs up, and one winner is going to receive this book right here. This is like the canning Bible, guys. Really important to have if you do any canning. Really awesome. We are also going to be giving away one of my canning debubblers and a packet of my Italian seasoning as well. So please share the link if you can. I know I changed the link at the last minute because it was the wrong time and day. It was for yesterday. So I had to change it. So I'm going to wait just a few minutes. Hopefully people will find me here. It's a mess. I'm still learning how to do these lives with YouTube since they've changed things. So, and please post all of your comments in the chat and put them in caps, and we can get started as soon as there's some people here and they have questions. And then I will explain what all of this is right here. I don't know if you guys can see. So I know it takes a few minutes for the word to get out on YouTube that I'm even live. And okay, so I got the notification. We shall see. I know it's kind of early in the day. Usually I do this about 3 or so Pacific Standard Time, and there's more people that are able to join us. And I know changing that link really messed up a lot of people. So I do apologize for that. Again, we're going to be doing a giveaway. Once we reach 20 likes, 20 thumbs up, we're going to be giving this book away right here. This is the Complete Guide to Home Canning. This will be shipped directly to your home if you're the winner. I've already given away, I think, 3 or 4 of these in the past year. They're a really, really good book to have. So, if you're in here, please share the link because I messed up the link again. I had to redo it. And please post your questions in the chat box in all capitals. Oh my goodness, my allergies are so bad. Let's see. Hopefully we'll get some more people. Hi, Sandy. How are you? I'm glad you're here. Oh, my cat is going to hold my tablecloth down. Please hit the like button if you're here. And once we get to 20 likes, I don't know if you heard or not, but we're going to be giving away this book right here. And please share this link with anyone you know, because I messed up the link and it was last minute again. The live that was scheduled on here was actually for yesterday at 3:10, and that's the one that I had to cancel. So I had another one, but apparently it didn't save the day and the time. It was still yesterday's. So, do you have any questions, Sandy? No. Oh, my cat wants to play, of course. These are the beets that I did yesterday. I got 14 jars out of this. Hang on 1 second, guys. I just got a message. Let's see. Excuse me for just a second. Please post any questions. Okay, so I can't get any messages right now. Thank you for sharing, Sandy. I really, really appreciate it. Okay, so we have 3 people in here so far. I know it's going to take a little while. Okay, what is your question about dehydrating bananas? One of my favorite things to do, by the way. Oh, I'm so sorry, you guys. I have my air filter on and everything, and it's still joking me. Okay. Okay, while we're waiting for Sandy's question about dehydrating bananas, I want to show you a little bit about what I got in the garden, or out of the garden, I should say, this week. Let's see, if I take these out really, really carefully. These are squash blossoms. And I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them so far. And what I do with these is I'm going to put mozzarella cheese, mozzarella, I call it mozzarella, mozzarella cheese in here and some of my Italian seasoning, and then put it closed like this, and then put it in an egg wash and in some breadcrumbs and fry it. And it's a really, really good Italian delicacy. A lot of people in Italy eat this. A lot of people back east eat this. If you've ever had this, let me know, and let me know what you stuff it with. These are amazing. So I collect as many of these as I possibly can out of the garden. And pretty much I eat them. You could just eat the flower. A lot of people don't know. You could just eat the flower. They're so good. In fact, I will keep that one out because it's kind of falling apart anyway. Yes, they are so good. And then this, okay, let's see. Hi, Country Living with the Batemans. I'm so glad you can make it with us. Thank you so much. Okay, let's see. Sandy's question is, if you dehydrate bananas, can you rehydrate them in milk? Love bananas in my cereal. Yes, absolutely. You absolutely can. It's, in fact, I think that would be a little bit better than rehydrating them in water, because then it would get a little bit watery. But yes, you can absolutely rehydrate them in milk. I think that would be amazing. I have rehydrated them in water, not so good, and in almond milk. Almond milk puts that a little bit of sweetness into the banana when you rehydrate it. Very, very good. Really good question too. I get a lot of questions about rehydrating things after you dehydrate them. That's why I brought some of this stuff out. Hi, you guys. Hi, Joe. Hi, Uncle Al. Yes, and Sandy, let me know what you think after you do that. Leave a comment on one of my videos. I read all of my comments all the time. Leave a comment, or you guys can always email me. Anytime. I will answer any questions on my email at thecanningnana@gmail.com. Anytime. I'm always available by email. I will get right back to you guys. And I'm working on a text number. I think I'm going to be doing a membership soon, but it's not going to be an outrageous membership. It's going to be the cheapest membership that I can possibly offer on YouTube, which I'm not sure if it's 99 cents or $1.99, but I want to make myself more available to you guys for questions, because I don't do a whole lot of lives, although I'm wanting to change that. I'm trying to do more lives. I also need to get a editing program for my computer that will edit my videos so that I can cut and paste with my phone. Right now I'm just using my phone to video with, to film with, and it's kind of hard. So I have a GoPro, I've got a couple GoPros, and everybody's telling me to use the GoPro and try with that. So that's what I'm going to try to do. I just need an editing program. So if anybody knows a good editing program, please email me. Let me know. An easy to use one. I used to love YouTube's editing program when I first started on YouTube 4 years ago. But they took it away, and it was so easy. It was really, really easy to use. Okay. Thank you. I'm so glad that you love your debubbler. Thank you. Please share. So I sell these debubblers in my Etsy store, and you can find them under either the Canning Nana, look up the Canning Nana. My store is called Jack and Diane Designs. It's mine and my husband's. So this is what we're offering first. Years ago, I had sold children's aprons on there, and I'm going to get back to that. But right now I have this. And for every debubbler, $2 is going to Heather at the Needy Homesteader. If you would specify if that's okay. I know some people want to donate, and others do not. So I'm kind of giving you guys the option, okay? Heather is a very good friend of mine. She's very near and dear to my heart, and but I'm giving you guys the option in my store. So just specify when you purchase one of these. These are $7.95. So $2 would go to her out of all the debubblers. And I think I've sold, since I'm offering that, I have sold, goodness, in total I've sold about 160 of them, I think. Since I've offered to donate, I think I've sold either 40 or 50. I have to go and look, but we're doing really good as a fundraiser for her. So yeah, and these, any canner, if you can, you definitely need one of these. If you don't know what this is, when you're canning, I don't have this one. Well, this one is open. So when you're canning, you want to debubble, and you use this end right here. So this is paper that you peel off when you get it. They are clear. They're completely clear. They are unbreakable Lexan plastic, and they are dishwasher safe. The wording is on the front. You can't scratch it off. Dishwasher safe. Really, really good. So when you can vegetables, meats, and things like that, you want to go down the side of all the sides of the jar like this after you add your water, and your head space for different things would be a 1/2 inch or 1 inch, and you want to use your guide right here. These tell you, so a 1/2 inch would be the second one down, and 1 inch would be that first one right there. So you don't want your food to touch that first, this part right here in your jar. And the reason you do that is if you overstuff your jar, if you overfill your jar, even with water, you can buckle the lid, but more than likely you can bottom out the jar. If there's too much pressure in that jar, you will bottom out the jar. So, it also, a fluctuation in pressure will do that. But most of the time, it's because you either have too much food in there, stuffed in there, or too much water. It's just over full, and the jars usually siphon. When I did my batch yesterday of beets, I had a few jars siphon out. So I had, okay, I'm going to read the chat in just a second. I had some siphoning out, and I did an inch of headspace. So my canner was kind of red water. So it's the first time it's happened with beets, but it's also been about 20 years since I've canned beets. This is the first time in 20 years I'm canning beets, you guys. So let's see. Okay. Hang on. Okay. I need a moderator, you guys. Let's see. Hang on one second. Okay. Would anybody like to volunteer to be a moderator? Joe, would you like to be a moderator? Can you let me know? I've got a troll. I usually don't get them. I've been really lucky. Would you mind if I made you a moderator? Is that okay, Joe? Joe or Uncle Al, either one or both. I do have moderators. They're just not in here right now. Okay. Oops. Thank you. Hold on. Let me. Okay, Joe, you're a mod. Thank you. I did too. Official mod. I'm not sure who you are. Okay, let me go back in here. Okay. Let me look at these. Yes. Okay, Maria. Dehydrating, it does change the texture. You're right. Yeah, I know, Sandy. Okay. Okay. It does change the texture of the food, but what I find is like these carrots, I don't use the carrots. I don't just rehydrate them and say serve them as a side dish. I would use these mostly, and most of my canned stuff, I would use in soup, stews, and casseroles. They are amazing in soup, stews, and casseroles. You can rehydrate them and use them in stir fries or like zucchini. I also do, I do dehydrate zucchini and then I fry it. The same with onions, you guys. If you dehydrate onions in rings, they're easy to fry up because you can dip them in batter, in your wet batter, and then fry them. And as you're frying, they will plump up and rehydrate, and it makes the best onion rings. Sometimes they stay a little bit crispy, but they're really good. Yeah, I love that. Okay, Sandy, I'm going to have children's aprons in my store probably in the next 2 weeks. And if there's, excuse me, if there's a certain pattern you want, I do a lot of Disney. I do a lot of Minnie Mouse for little girls and Mickey Mouse for little boys. Yes, little boys get aprons too. I do Dodgers when I can get the fabric. But gosh, I sell a lot of children's aprons. They're probably going to be $15. Unless it's, thank you. Okay, so, there we go. Yeah. So that official mod guy, Joe, if you see him again, get rid of him. He's a troll too. Sorry about that, you guys. Yes. I've removed him. Oh, I'm sorry, Joe. Yeah. You know, I was in another live, I think with maybe Lisa with Sentence Days the other day, and I think this is the same person that was getting her. I have never had this problem, you guys. I literally, I have mods, and they're right on people, but I've really never had this problem before. So back to the children's aprons. So if there's a specific pattern that you want, then I can make it custom made for you. The children's aprons, I just need to kind of know their age, because I go by age or height with the aprons, and you can email me and let me know, thecanningnana@gmail.com. Yes, country living. Yes, I agree. Yeah, well, let's see. He's in timeout, so I removed him. Let me see if I could report him. Okay. Okay, we'll go on anyway, you guys, okay? So let's see. And please hit that like button, because that really helps my channel. For some reason, I've fallen out of YouTube's algorithm, and I really need to get back in there. Yes, you can click on his name, and a report or block should come up, and just hit the report, and then you can block him as well. Okay, let me get back to the questions. Let's see. Okay, anybody else have questions? And if I missed a question, please let me know, because I was dealing with this troll guy. Thank you, Sandy, for prayers for Heather. I really appreciate that. She seems to be doing okay. She seems to be doing much better. But still keep her in your prayers. And yeah, it's a long road ahead of her, but she's got a huge support system at home and here. And if anybody can get through, she will get through. She has a strong faith and perseverance. That's what I love about her. Country living, you sell Thrive Life? I have wanted to get into that for a while. If you could email me and let me know a little bit about it and how to get started, I would really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. I really want to get into that. So let's see. The Mennonite Farmhouse. I'm wondering why Heather's channel hasn't posted any videos this week. I'm not sure. I know the Inspired by Heather series is still going on, and I know I'm getting ready to do another video for her, and I think I'm going to upload that video to my to my channel as well, because there's some good information about no soak and soaking beans. A lot of my viewers don't watch her channel, and I've gotten a lot of questions about either soaking or not soaking your beans before you can it. So I think I'm going to be uploading that video. So if you see a video that says "Welcome to Heather's Needy Homestead," that's the video. But it answers a lot of questions about soaking and not soaking. So I'm either going to load that, or I'm going to put another one up, because I've gotten a lot of questions about Should you soak your beans, or why don't you soak your beans, or should you, or why shouldn't you soak your beans? There's a controversy kind of. It's really not a rebel canning thing. Not soaking, I don't want to say. Um, so many people have done it forever, and I know it's not USDA approved, but it does come out really well. The only thing that I would do, I don't soak all of, or I don't not soak all of my beans. Pinto beans, the bigger beans, pinto beans, kidney beans, white northern beans, those I tend to soak or not soak. The smaller beans, if I'm canning lentils or peas or something like that, or a mixed, that 15 bean soup that I do. I haven't done it for a while, but there is a video on it. If you do that, I soak that as well. Oh, okay. Mennonite Farmhouse. I know that. I at least I thought Allison, her Heather's friend, is doing the videos, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on with that. I'll text Heather maybe later and ask her if she's out of. Well, I guess she's not out of videos if you uploaded a video. She's not out of them. So yes. So soaking, the only difference on soaking and not soaking beans is not even the texture. Let me see if my cat will let me get up. I will show you, because I have some right here. Okay, so this is unsoaked beans. Unsoaked. Oh my gosh, it's a long day already. So these beans I did not soak, and these are black beans. No, it's okay, Joe. Thank you. I don't soak the black beans. I just put them in the jar, and for a pint, it's a half cup of beans, and then you fill it with hot water. These I think have onions in it. I think these have onions and hatch green chili peppers in it. These are really good. These are pre-soaked, and you can see the it's not all the way full. So these, I think I've got 2 of these like this, and I kind of ran out of beans, but these were pre-soaked. And I use these when I'm making refried beans because the liquid makes them nice and creamy, and then I add butter or lard to it, and they're really, really good. So that's really the only difference. Sometimes when you don't soak the beans, you really need to make sure that you put a lot of water in it, because certain beans will soak up more water than other ones. Like this one, the black beans, I put more black beans in this jar because usually when I do black beans, it comes out watery like this one. And I don't like the black beans like that. I can make a black bean hummus out of black beans, or just like a like a burrito bowl out of black beans. Really, really like these. I do not can milk. I've never canned milk. How does milk come out? I've never canned milk. Oh, it tastes like evaporated milk. Okay. What about butter? I get a lot of questions about canning butter, and I know most of my friends on YouTube and here at home can butter, but I never have. What about lactose-free milk? Do you guys know about lactose-free milk and how that would work? That's what I use, is lactose-free milk. I also want to do yogurt. I'm going to do a video on yogurt pretty soon here. Uncle Al, do you can milk as well? Is that what it is, that certain topics on YouTube are kind of being censored? Yes, ghee I'm going to can. Me and my husband have talked about that. So we are definitely going to can ghee. He does clarified butter all the time for like lobster and crab and stuff like that. So he knows how to do all that, and then I could just can it. So easy. Okay, okay, Joe. Yeah, I've heard some things about that from another couple of other channels. So maybe that's why I'm out of the algorithm. But I really need help, you guys. I've been on this for 4 years on YouTube, and I just reached 6,600 subscribers. So I am going to be doing a giveaway today, a small giveaway. Unless we get up to 20 people, then I will do this book. I want to give away this book, but I really need more people in here to do that. But I'm going to be giving away another couple things. So, but yeah, I need to get my name out there. I've been putting stuff on Facebook and on Instagram, trying to put my lives on there, and my channel's just not getting shared on YouTube. It's just not. When all that stuff with Heather, when everybody was doing videos with Heather, I was getting traffic nonstop, and then it just like cut in half. And before that, I was doing really well too, but I'm not sure. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, Mennonite Farmhouse. Yeah, I don't know why they're doing that. I know I've done a few videos on food shortages and stuff like that, and on lid shortages, and I'm getting the views, but I don't seem to be in that algorithm anymore. I hope that I get back up there. It would be nice. I mean, I'm really not here to earn money. I do earn money on YouTube on the ads and things when you guys watch the ads. That's how I earn money. So, you really, I mean, I'm only 6,600 subscribers, and I'm under 100 views per video right now. And it's crazy. It's just crazy. I mean, I was averaging 400 and 500 views when I was at 3,000 subscribers. So it's gone down quite a bit. Quite a bit. What are you premium, Joe? What does that mean? And does anybody else have any questions about gardening, preparedness, dehydrating, canning, anything like that? I will show you some of my peas that I picked yesterday, my sugar snap peas. Oh, YouTube Premium. I think it still counts when you watch the videos, though. I'm not sure. Anyway, these are some of my peas, and these are doing so well. I have to plant some more peas. They're so sweet. Usually I have about 100 pea plants, and I could actually can the peas. I take them out of here. Okay, bye, Uncle Al. Hi, Cecilia. Oh my goodness, Cecilia, you missed all the fun. We had a great troll in here just a few minutes ago. So be on the lookout. So anyway, yeah, so if I get enough of these, I will take the peas out of here and then can them. I don't get a lot. Either that or I freeze them. I do have dehydrated peas that I do, but those I bought frozen, and then I dehydrate them. So here, I will definitely do a video on canning peas if I get enough of them. So these are the beans. These are yellow wax beans that I planted. I did not plant regular green beans this year. I'm going to, but there is a reason I didn't do it, and it's because I probably have 4 or 5 dozen canned green beans, jars of canned green beans. Oh no. Get down. This is my kitty. Thank you, Cecilia. Yeah. So my Avon, she's posting my Avon link and my Herbalife link, and those really help me. If you guys are looking for a second income, both are great. AVON costs absolutely nothing to get started, and AVON really, really sells itself. And then the Lavelle link that Cecilia just posted is pretty much the same. It costs absolutely nothing to join, and I make the most money on there. Let me get my cat down. Come on, down. Come on, down, down, down. Thank you. Yeah, I make the most money on Lavelle because I've got people under me. Hi, Ava. Ava is my granddaughter, everybody. She is my 14-year-old granddaughter. And she is also a mod. Hi, sweetie. Yeah, that's my Noah. That's my Siamese kitty. But yeah, if any of you guys need AVON, or if you're looking for another income or another money flow, you could do it all online. You don't really have to go door to door. AVON's not a door to door thing anymore. It's really easy. You just share on your Facebook or your Twitter or your Instagram or your YouTube channel. And it's really good. And I think it's the first 4 or 5 campaigns, they give you 40% or 45%. So you really earn money, and it gets you up there. And like I said, it sells itself. I do buy catalogs to send out, but I don't buy a lot of catalogs, and I just give them to my neighbors locally. And then there's a few people that I mail them to that are friends of mine forever. But that's really all. If anybody wants a catalog, email me at thecanningnana@gmail.com, and I can send you a catalog, no problem. But it's much easier to go to my link. And if, let's see, I probably am going to be having a sale here pretty soon. If I could figure out how to do that on the website. But when you buy AVON, I will also send you a free gift. So that's always a plus too. And then Lavelle is Thrive. It's not the same. It's not Thrive food, but it's vitamins. So I use Lavelle's vitamins, which give you sustained energy all day. It's amazing. It helps with minor aches and pains, which is also amazing. I have used it for 6 years now. And it's wonderful. And they do offer shakes and things like that as meal replacements, but I tend to love my Herbalife shakes. These things are really good. This is strawberry cheesecake that I'm drinking right now. Oh my gosh. It was limited last year, and it came back this year. So they just brought it back, and it's here to stay. It's not seasonal anymore. So really good. So yeah, if you have any questions, please put them in caps in the chat, and I will be happy to answer any questions. Let me show you another couple things. And remember, I've got my debubblers in my Etsy store. It's Jack and Diane Designs, really easy to find, or look me up, The Canning Nana. And I ship these out the same day you order. So, hi, Historic Steph. I am a canning, dehydrating, gardening, and recipe channel. So yes, I do a lot of cooking on this channel, and a lot of different things. We even do traveling. So I do traveling videos as well. If we go to an amusement park, or if we go and travel somewhere, I do videos. Wherever we go, I like to do videos. Okay, Sandy says, do you use zucchini to stretch your tomatoes or other foods? Not really. I don't personally, but I do a dish, which is Italian, with zucchini, tomatoes, onions, and garlic, and some tomato sauce. And then I will saute all the vegetables, add the tomatoes, add the tomato sauce, and then put a little bit of Parmesan cheese on it. Really, really good. Thank you, Historic Steph. I appreciate that. So let's see, how many likes are we up to? We're up to 9. So we need to get up to 20, and we're going to give away this book right here for canning, the Canning Bible. If you don't can, then I will find a dehydrating book or gardening book or something like that. But for right now, we're going to do this one. Okay, I know I saw another one. Yes, I do Aldi videos too when I don't get kicked out of Aldi. I'm not kicked out, but asked to stop filming. I've done a couple videos with Aldi and Costco. Costco's really good about it, but I did that last year at the beginning of all of this stuff, and then I did one earlier this year, and they're really good about it. But Aldi, I went in there. You want the book, Cecilia? I could do that. I could send it to you. She is an amazing mod, you guys. Really, really amazing. Okay, now I lost my train of thought. So, okay, what was I saying? You guys, what was I saying? Oh, Aldi, right? So I went into Aldi earlier this year, just a couple months ago, and I filmed, and I was filming empty shelves, and I normally don't film in Aldi, but I went in there, and it was at the beginning of like shortages and stuff, and I was kind of surprised because Aldi usually has everything, and there was nothing in the store. I mean, the produce was out, the meat was out, the canned goods were out. I even saw a few signs in there, again, limiting things. And I started filming, and just exactly almost when I was done. In fact, I think I had just shut off my video camera, and the manager came up to me and said that you can't film in here. And okay, you know, because they don't want that stuff out there, you know, they don't want it out there. So, but I have noticed a lot of things. Oh, Noah, hey, come here, Noah. Okay, so if the camera moves, it's not an earthquake, even though I'm in California and we do have them. It's just my cat. So, thank you, Joe. Thank you guys for sharing. I really appreciate it. Okay, so Joe asks, how did you get into canning and what got you into being prepared? Okay, so canning, usually you hear that your grandmother taught you or your mom taught you, and it wasn't the case for me. Actually, my dad taught me how to can. And oh my goodness, he wants to be part of the action here. Let's see if he just stays there. Noah, come on. You guys can't see him, but he's at the foot of the table. Okay, so yeah, my dad taught me, and it was just canning peaches and making peach jam and strawberry jam. And that was, Noah, come on. That was, oh gosh, about 35 years ago. So I was in my very early 20s. I mean, I grew up with him doing stuff like that, but he never really canned with me. He didn't can at home. Neither one of my parents canned. So, oh, yes. So Ava is 14, you guys. So she has been canning with me. This girl, she can do strawberry jam by herself. She can can tomatoes by herself. She knows how to can beans by herself, you know, with me watching. But she's been canning with me. So, oh my gosh. How old were you, Ava? I think I had her filling jars of beans when she was maybe 2.5. She's been gardening with me. All of my grandkids have been gardening with me since they could walk. And they go through the garden and they eat their way through the garden. It's really cool. I want to instill a love for gardening and a love for canning, because I think canning is really a lost art. It's really come back the past few years, and especially last year. I got over 1,000 subscribers, and with emails asking, you know, telling me, hey, I want to learn how to preserve my food. What do I garden to be prepared? Because there just wasn't anything. Everything was out last year. So a lot of people really have come back to that. And I'm really happy about that because, you know, I have everything that we need and enough for my daughter and her kids and my other daughter who doesn't even live down here. But I have enough for all of my family here. And back in 1994, in the Northridge earthquake here in California, I'm in California, guys. I live at the beach now, but I used to live out in the desert. And I had family living in the valley, which was like 60 miles away from me. And during the, yes, Eva, I will. Not right now, though. I'm doing a garden tour in probably maybe later or tomorrow. I had relatives living about 60 miles away when the Northridge quake hit and the freeway overpass had fallen, so they couldn't get through, and it was closed. I mean, all the roads going there. There were many roads, but all the roads going there were closed for about a week. So I got into my food storage, and I brought down enough for them to have for a week plus water, and just put meals together. You know, I had frozen chickens, frozen meat, whatever, canned goods. Noah. Ugh. Hey, come on. Oh my goodness. Noah the earthquake cat. Yeah, so we brought a bunch of food down there. Water at the time was like $5 a gallon. Milk, I think they were selling for $5 a gallon, and back then milk was like $1.79 a gallon. It wasn't, you know, it was just so much price gouging. They had no electricity, and so that's something I've always been prepared for. And Joe asked why I got into preparing. Noah, come here, baby. Oh, this cat's gonna make my camera fall, you guys. Yes, he is the earthquake kitty. Noah, no. Oh, my phone's gonna fall. Okay, so Joe asked me why I got into preparing. That's one of the reasons. So when I was little, I was in the 71 earthquake. And I remember not having electricity. My whole neighborhood was worried because a gas line had ruptured near me. And we were probably about 10 miles from the epicenter, which was in Sylmar. I know, Ava, hang on, you guys. I texted Mom. I would like to talk to her after this. Maybe let Mom know. And tell her happy birthday for me, baby. I love you. Yeah, so during that earthquake, we had no power for probably about a week or so, I'm gonna say, maybe a little bit longer. We had no gas for longer, so my dad barbecued pretty much. I mean, we had a freezer full of food. They were not preppers or anything, did not can. We only had the food that we had on hand, but my mom was really, really, really good about having food stored, enough food for like a few weeks. She would go shopping for the month, basically. So we had food. We never ran out of food. I remember having to look for water because we couldn't use our water, and then didn't have gas. Okay. Ava, can you call me after this? Not right now, but later, sweetie, okay? Anyway, sorry guys. Yeah, it's my other granddaughter's birthday today, Chelsea, who is 9. Thank you. Okay, let me get back to this a little bit. So yeah, that's kind of why I started, is because I saw other people who were not prepared at all. And as I grew up, I had kind of a food insecurity, I guess, because I wanted to make sure that I was prepared for my family. Once I got married, had my kids, I have 3 kids, well, 5 kids. I have 2 step kids, but I had my 3 kids, and I knew that with all the earthquakes, we had a ton of earthquakes when the kids were little. Big Bear, you know, Northridge, Landers, San Francisco that we felt at our house. I mean, lots of them. So they grew up with earthquakes. And so I've always wanted to be prepared. So that's when I started being prepared, was probably really, really prepared, was back in 88 or 89. I worked for the post office for a while and got really sick. So I had to stay home and for like 3 years and nurse myself back to health. And that's when I started really getting into canning and preparing and having food stored. And then my church is real into that too. So that helped. And they did classes and things like that. So now I'm going to be in charge of emergency preparedness for my church, which I did back in Lancaster as well. So that's one of the reasons I like being prepared. I also like the ease of having things ready for dinner. I have back issues, so there's days when I can't move really well. You know, there's days when I can walk 20 miles, and then there's days when I can't walk from my bedroom to the kitchen without hurting. So I like to have food ready. You know, I've got meat in jars. I'm pretty much a one ingredient canner. So I like to have, I don't can a lot of like ready-made stews and stuff like that unless I've made it and I have leftover, and then I'll can it. But I like to have carrots, you know, meats, one ingredient things that I can put together. Was it last week or the week before? I made a chicken noodle soup with my canned stuff. And that was one of the days I just wasn't feeling up to doing things. So it makes it a lot easier. It's like having food in your freezer or in your cupboard, except you know what goes into your cans. So that's another reason I started, was because I started reading ingredients in your boxed foods, which has dehydrated foods and stuff like that. And then in the cans of food, it's like monosodium glutamate, and then all, you know, xanthan gum and all this stuff that you can't pronounce. And I wanted to know what was going into my food and where my food was coming from. So like the beets I got from farmer's market yesterday or the other day, and I canned all of that. I got 14 jars of beets. So now I have, I think, 20 jars of beets. So, and I told my husband last night, we have a year's supply now. Probably not quite a year's supply. I'll probably can some more. I'm going to do pickled beets. I was going to do that today, actually, along with some carrots right here. I have 10 pounds of carrots that I'm going to do. I do need some more carrots, but that's the main reason I think that I really started getting into canning, was I didn't like not knowing where my food came from, and I couldn't pronounce what was in it. So I don't even put salt in my food, you guys. It's a really big deal for me to be healthy, because I wasn't for a long time. I was sick, and that was really hard. So I've worked really hard. I mean, we're talking 28 years ago, you know. So, but I couldn't get out of bed. It was really bad. I had Epstein-Barr, if anybody knows what that is. It's kind of like a chronic fatigue syndrome. But it was so bad, so bad. I had to quit working. I had a career at the post office, and I had to resign because I couldn't do it. So, but yeah, that's why I got into canning, is I like to know what I'm feeding my family, what goes into my food, and I like to have things ready to go. If I want to make a meal, it's last minute. Like I was working all last year as a census manager, and it was super easy when I came home, because I was working 10 and 12-hour days. Super, super easy to just come home and throw together some jars, you know, unless my husband was cooking. But if neither one of us wanted to cook, we had food. So, and I preserve, I do canning, I do dehydrating, and I also freeze. But I don't, if you freeze your food, please make sure that you have a way to preserve it just in case of a power outage. So we have a generator that will hook up to our freezer if we need, and our refrigerator. But just in case, we have a camping propane stove, 2-burner, big burner, where I can put 2 canning pots on this stove, and I can can outside. So I'm not going to lose the food in my freezer. I have my dehydrator, which is an Excalibur 9 tray that I can dehydrate food with, and then I've got the stove where I can can stuff with. So we're set there, so nothing is going to go to waste. As long as I'm fast about it. Okay, we're up to 13 likes, you guys. So if you haven't liked this this session here, please hit the thumbs up, and when we get to 20, we're going to give away this book. So let me read the chat, because you guys are talking and I'm missing it all. And any other questions, just put it in capitals. Okay. Let's see. Thank you, Country Living with the Batemans. He said, make sure y'all hit the like button. It really helps her out. It really, really helps me out. I'm trying to get back into YouTube's algorithm. For some reason, I'm off, and I really want to get back on there and have my videos out to everybody. Okay, let's see. And thank you for everybody who has shared my channel. I really appreciate it. Is that where you found me, Joe? Was on Papa's channel? I love Papa. Yeah, I'm in a lot of the other prepper channels as well. Okay. Marissa, thank you. I am happy to teach you and to can and to dehydrate and whatever. And also, if you ever have any questions, please email me, because just think of me as your neighbor. Email me questions or whatever. I'm here. And like I said earlier, I'm working on a membership for my channel, and it's going to have a text so that you guys have like direct communication with me. And it's not going to be expensive. I'm not going to be one of those, you know, $10, $25 channels. It's the lowest that I can go. It's just going to give a little bit more personalized communication between us and one-on-one help. I'm also thinking about doing Zoom one-on-ones. If you want to can a particular thing and you need help doing it, or dehydrate or whatever, I want to make myself available that way as well. So that would be certain hours. Yes. Okay. So Joe says, I try to keep everything I do as an end goal, but there is just so much to be prepared. It's a bit overwhelming. It is overwhelming. And that's the whole reason for my Prepared Pantry series, is for people to learn how to be prepared in their own time. So I say to start out early, easy. 72-hour kit is what I recommend starting out. And then you want to put that in your car. Have a 72-hour kit in your car, you guys. I know for earthquakes, and I've said this before, for California, we pretty much grew up having an earthquake kit. So earthquake kits, when my kids went to school, we had to put food and pictures and blankets and wipes and clothes and things like that, like snacks and things like that, in a box, and send it to school with my kids on like the first week of school. And then it would be put aside, kept in a closet with their name stickered to it. And if anything happened, whether they had a lockdown, which wasn't very common back then, but they did have earthquake drills where they got these boxes out, and the kids would go through and they would eat one snack. And, you know, this way they learned, you know, they did drills. I mean, they did earthquake drills. So, and they learned how to use their earthquake kits and what to put in them. You know, we put first aid in them and things like that. So that's one of the things, is I tell people, start out early. Start out early. Boy, it's the second time I've said that. Start out very easy. and on your budget. So you want to do a 72-hour kit and then go to 3 months. And 3 months, it sounds overwhelming, but it's really not. I just did beets, okay? So I canned 20 jars of beets, and this is pretty much a year's supply for me. And I did it in an hour. And each bunch of beets that I got was $1 at farmer's market. So if I spent $10 total on all of this beets, it was a lot. And if you go in the store and buy a can of beets, say it's on sale for 59 cents or whatever, which is a great price, but I also know where this came from because it comes from an organic farm. And I didn't put any preservatives. I didn't put any salt in here. And I know that they're perfect. They're good. In fact, these beets are super good. They're really, really sweet. I'm really surprised. But yeah, so if you have, you go through, so say beets, you have 1 can a week with dinner. You plan out your menu and you decide what you're going to have, or, and you always can or preserve, store what your family likes to eat. So say it's beets. Okay, so my husband and I, we're only 2 people here now. But like I said, I do prepare for my extended family as well. But when I'm figuring out just for my husband and I, say we have a can of beets regularly once a week. So for 3 months, that would be 12 cans, okay? So we normally don't have beets once a week because I've got corn and green beans and other vegetables. So, but just say, so if you have a can of beets a week and you want to store it for a year, you would need 52 jars of beets. So, and I'm almost halfway there. If we have it once a week, I've got 20 jars now. And I will be canning some more. I will get to that 50 jar, even though we don't have it once a week, just in case. Let me get to the bottom. Okay. Let me see. Where are we? Okay, we're at 15 thumbs up. Yes, so Cecilia said, remember, can what you eat. Do not waste money on canning something you will not eat. Yeah. So can what you eat what you can. So when you are storing food, you also want to rotate your food. So for instance, I have store-bought canned beets in the cupboard. And my beets are going to last for 5 years or 10 years, So I'll probably use those canned beets first before I go into these. So if you're canning, if I can more beets, I still have to write the date on here, but you write the dates on here. And you want to put your newly canned stuff at the back of your cupboard and move everything forward, just like they do in the grocery stores. So when they stock shelves, they move everything forward and then they put the new stuff in the back. That's what you want to do as well. That's called rotating. And you want to make sure that you can things that you're going to be using all the time. I know a lot of people they bought cans of wheat that's good for 30 years. Yay, it's good for 30 years. But none of them are using it today. I shouldn't say none of them. Most of them are not using it today. If you're going to can wheat, make sure you have a grinder and that you're using it to make flour and you're making bread with that wheat. So you need to store what you're going to use. Don't just store, don't dehydrate onions and make onion powder or minced onions if you're never going to use it. The same with your garden. Don't just grow things to have them. Grow things that your family is going to eat and likes. So finding places to store, that's really good. So I have a garage and I live at the beach, so it doesn't get hot here. I would not recommend storing your canned goods in your garage because most places get too hot. So what I do is I have a cupboard in the house. And then you guys can't see it, but I have boxes here where my canned goods are. And then I've got 2 racks in the kitchen where some canned goods are. You can also store under the bed, in closets. Just make sure that your jars are not doing that. Okay. Does anybody know why you don't want to stack your jars? And say these are canned food, not dehydrated. Why do we take the rings off of our jars? Do you guys know that? Who knows that? Let's see. For Italian seasoning, who knows the answer to why we don't stack our jars? Let's see. Nope, it's not because they break. Yes, Cecilia, you lose the seal. So if you stack your jars like this, you can lose the seal. Not that you will, but you can use the seal. Yes, it's a false, you might have a false seal. Okay, so Mennonite Farmhouse said they'll get rusty and you might have a false seal. It's not that they'll get rusty either. It's that you'll get a false seal. So the same with the ring on it right here. Say I had the ring on one of these jars and for one reason or another, the seal broke. Whether it be heat and everything expanded in the jar or it just didn't have a good seal to begin with, and it decided to unseal. If you have the ring on your jar and you store them that way, the pressure of the ring and the inside of the jar is going to reseal that lid, and you're not going to know that, oops, it came off. You're not going to know that it came undone because it's going to have a vacuum seal still because of the pressure with this or the pressure of the jars. And when you open it, you may know, you may not know, because you don't see botulism, you don't see salmonella. If it starts to mold, you will see it. And I have a video on that as well because I found a jar, I think it was tomatoes, that where the seal had come undone, and I store them without the rings. For one reason or another, they were probably older tomatoes. Tomatoes don't last forever. So that's the one thing you do want to rotate very quickly. Yes, you can't smell it either. But tomatoes are the quickest thing to rust your lids because of the acid, and they will also break the seal if they're old because pressure builds up in the jar and the seal will break. So I was lucky enough where the lid was just kind of laying on the jar, and I was just going through my jars to rotate them actually. And I think I put the video up, I think it was last year. It was probably around this time last year. But I saw mold in there. I mean, I would have known anyway because I check my jars every once in a while. I check my jars like every month or two. And you just go through and you make sure that you can hold it by the lid, make sure it's still sealed. But I saw mold in there and I decided, good learning moment. Good learning moment. So I made a video of that and why you don't store with the rings on or stack your jars. Okay. Yeah, you can so Cecilia made a good point. If you do double stack, I keep the rings and board in between when you're low on space. Okay, don't keep the rings on your jars though if you double stack. You can put a cardboard piece, or still it's not recommended, but you can put a cardboard on top of it if you're low on space, and alternate the jars. So say the cardboard is here, make sure that you alternate the jars and don't put them directly on top of each other, even with the cardboard. Make sure you alternate them like this, because you you want to definitely know if you're going to lose that seal. You definitely don't want to have a seal broken and you not know about it. Okay, so Joe says, so if you store normal stacking, can you leave the rings on? I do not recommend it, no. I would always take the rings off. Even on my jams and jellies, the only time you'll see rings on is, I sell a few jams and jellies locally. So the only time you will see rings on my jars are on products that I'm either giving away or that are sold. Otherwise, the rings come off, and before I sell or give away that jar, I put a ring back on it. Make sure it's still sealed, and then give it away with the ring, because if they don't use the whole thing, of course you want them to be able to seal it again. So when you can, Joe said, what are the rings for? So when you can, the rings are for holding down the seal when you're canning. So yeah, so they stay in place. That's all the rings are for, because you can't just put a jar in your water bath canner with no ring, because then the lid will float up and your food will float out, and that won't work very well. So you don't want to do that, definitely. Okay, let me go back. Let's see. Okay, does anybody else have questions? Hi, Widgets World. I didn't see you earlier, but hello. How many of you guys have gardens this year? Sorry it took me so long to say hello to you. I was just going back and doing a lot of talking, so I'm having to go back into the chat. Okay. Oh my goodness, yeah, 3,200 square foot garden. Oh my goodness, I would love that. I would absolutely love that. I have quadrupled my garden space this year. So we have a section of my yard. When we moved here, I don't know what it was before, but the house is here. This is an older house. It's 1960s. But this whole area was all farmland, and there's farmland all around me. So I have a little area, and I'm pretty sure that they used it for a garden before, but I planted my things in there last year, and it did really, really well. But I didn't plant the whole garden. So my garden is probably 20 feet by 20, so not too big. But I've expanded it to containers. So I've got strawberries in the stackable containers. I have lettuce in the stackable containers. I've got some potato pots. I've got potatoes and yams or sweet potatoes in them. So I'm also doing those hanging garden things. I have one up, and then I have a double one that nothing's in yet. So hopefully this weekend or next weekend, I will get that going. The one thing I don't do is corn, because we don't have enough room for corn. And when I do corn, I buy 100 ears of corn at a time from the local farmers market, and I do make a canned corn out of it, and then I will make corn cob jelly. So, and that's a full year's supply with 100 ears of corn. I don't even know how many jars that gets me. Probably 50 or so. 50. I want to say about 50 or 60 pints of corn, and then I make corn cob jelly out of that. Yeah, 3,200 square foot garden is amazing. I am actually looking for property. We're looking for property, a house with property. I would absolutely love that. And one of my criteria is it has to have room for a garden. It has to. I have a huge front lawn. I'm trying to talk my husband into that. I would love to make my front yard a garden, put a fence around it because it's pretty big. It's probably at least 1,000 square foot, at least. And then I have we just bought a Meyer lemon tree. I've got 2 orange trees in the back, and then we have a loquat tree. So, but to me, that's not enough. We're surrounded by farmland and farmers markets and things like that. Strawberries. Oh my gosh, the strawberry capital of the world is right near me in Oxnard. Best strawberries ever. Usually we have a big strawberry festival, and I'll buy some plants there or a flat of strawberries. But usually when you see me canning, making strawberry jam, which I'm going to be pretty soon, I will go down to one of the farmers markets or farms here and buy a flat from them. They're nice and fresh. They're beautiful strawberries. They're all organic, makes the best. Okay, so let me go back into this. And for those of you who don't have room to garden, I've gotten a lot of questions about this. A friend of mine lives in an apartment. I have several friends in an apartment. And they either do their garden in containers on the balcony, or I have a really good friend that has a plot, 2 plots actually. He's got more room than I do in a community garden. So there's a lot of community gardens out here in Ventura where I live. I know that they're not everywhere, but if you have an empty lot or something somewhere, sorry, I got something in my eye. I would ask the county if you know who the owner is, and if it's possible to make a community garden out of that. Because 9 times out of 10, they'll say yes if you're taking care of that land, because at least something is on there. Let's see. So corncob jelly. I do corncob jelly. 2 of the things that I sell locally are corncob jelly and lemon curd and orange curd. 3 of the things. Because nobody's heard of corncob jelly, and not many people know how to make lemon or orange curd. So, and again, I don't have a lemon tree here. I'm growing mine, but I've got 2 orange trees, and orange curd is amazing. So good. That's also one of the things I want to do later on, excuse me, as part of my membership. I'm still working it out. There's no membership yet, but I would like to offer a jar of my jam that I do, even if it's just a 4-ounce, 2-ounce or 4-ounce jar, like once a month, of whatever, different jams I do for 12 months, be part of that membership, that you get some jam, or maybe some Italian seasoning that I do, or my minced onion stuff, or something like that I can send you guys that's actually tangible, that you get something. And I think everybody in my membership is going to get one of the canning debubblers. So let's see. 100 quarts of sweet corn. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of corn. I've only done corn in quarts a couple of times. Everything else is in pint jars. But it's a lot of work. Oh my goodness. Corn and tomatoes. I get about 250 pounds, 300 pounds of Roma tomatoes every year at another local farm. And it takes me with help, with my granddaughter's help. I've got 3 granddaughters that usually can with me. And my son and my husband. And it takes us about 3 days to go through all of those tomatoes. So corn and tomatoes, totally worth getting, but they're a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Totally worth it though. Okay, so Widgets World says, what do you do with lemon and orange curd? So glad you asked. A lot of people ask me that. I love it on crumpets. or on English muffins. And I also make tarts, make little like pie crust tarts. And then I fill it with the lemon curd, and then sometimes I put some fruit on it. So you would cook the tarts, and I'll do that when I make lemon curd or orange curd. You would bake the crust, fill it with your curd, and I put like raspberries or strawberries, blueberries on it, blackberries, whatever you have, and then like a little mint leaf to make it look pretty. And comes out really, really good. But just eating it, I know if I make lemon curd, one of my daughters, if not both, will, I'll make it in little jelly jars. They will literally stand in the kitchen talking to me and eat the whole jar. So it doesn't last very long here. I do not can that unless I'm shipping it or unless somebody asks me to can it. So canning it, and it's only water bath canned for 10 minutes. That's all it is. But canning it changes the flavor and it changes the texture. I had a local bakery that was buying it from me all the time, and they would always request, I would put it in quart jars, and they would always request that I not can it because it was being used anyway. And there's really no difference in canning it. You can't put it on the shelf if it's not canned, but if you can it, if you water bath can it or just put it in the refrigerator, it stays for the same amount of time. So it only stays for about 2 months, 2.5 months, in either the refrigerator or if you can it on the shelf. But the texture, it's so much better fresh and in the refrigerator. I don't can it anymore. I used to ship it and people loved it, and I just don't. I think the overall flavor and everything, it just ruins it. It's not my lemon curd anymore. So it just changes it too much. So it's really good though. Hi, Marcine. Okay, we still have 15 thumbs up. Let's get to 20. We've only got, let's see, a couple more minutes, and then I'm going to get going because I've got some running around to do. Let's see. Okay, Mennonite Farmhouse said, I just started dehydrating strawberry puree and turning it into powder. It's amazing. So one of the things, I'm glad you brought that up, because one of the things that I do when I can tomatoes, I don't like anything to go to waste. So when I take the skins off of the tomatoes, or even when I'm making sauce, I make my own sauce. So when I'm making sauce, or tomatoes, canned tomatoes, you take the skins off, and I don't throw them away. I put them on the dehydrator tray. In the dehydrator they go, and then I grind them up into tomato powder, and I use that. You can make tomato paste out of it. You can make tomato sauce out of it. You can make a tomato drink out of it, tomato soup. You can use it to thicken soups and stews, all kinds of stuff. And it's got vitamins in it. That's where all the vitamins are in the skin. Really, really good, guys. So there's so many things that people throw away that are really good to make, to use still. It's like when whenever I make soups or, well, not so much soups, but if I like the carrots, okay? So when I can these, I've got to peel them and everything, right? So I don't usually throw away all the peels, and I cut the ends off of each side, and I don't throw that away either. I put them in a Ziploc bag, and I put them in the freezer. When I'm ready to make a vegetable broth or a vegetable soup, I will take all of the vegetables out. So I do that with onion, with celery, with garlic, with potato, my carrots, pretty much all of your regular vegetables that you like eat in vegetable soup. You don't throw them away. So, and there's a video on that too. You use your kitchen scraps to make a vegetable broth. You could do the same thing with onions. I put onions in there too, but you can do the same thing with just onions and make a beautiful onion broth. Bone broth is a really big thing now. If you make chicken or beef, or even pork, save the bones, put them in the freezer. When you have enough, you can make a bone broth out of it and then can that. Really, really good. So there's so many things that you can do with your canned food. It's amazing. The same, when I go to eat these, I will cut the ends off of these and keep them in the freezer for when I make vegetable broth or vegetable soup. And usually I make vegetable soup or chicken and dumplings or something like that out of all of my scraps. So, and I let them simmer all day or overnight, and it's really good. So I'm gonna do a video pretty soon and show you guys how to regrow your vegetables out of your scraps, like onions or carrots even, or beets or celery. You can regrow them, especially onions. I've showed it in the past, but I've had some emails wanting me to show it again, and I will definitely do that. So I buy onions, like the long skinny onions, the scallions, and I use the chive part off. Some of the onion I leave like an inch, put it in some water, regrow it, and plant it. And you just keep doing that over and over. You never have to buy onions again. Really cool. 16 likes. Okay, so you guys want to do a giveaway? Who wants to do a giveaway? I think I will give away some of my Italian seasoning. We're up to 16. We're up to 16 likes. Let's see. Is everybody here in the US? Is there anybody outside of the US besides Cecilia? And yes, corncob jelly does taste like honey. If you make corncob jelly, if you make corncob jelly, what I do is I don't usually open, when I make it this year, I won't open it this year. I'll wait either next year or the year after, and it gets darker, and the longer it sits, the sweeter it gets. So corncob jelly is something that you want to make in batches every year if you can, if you like it, and you'll like it, trust me. It's really good. I've got people waiting on corncob jelly and lemon curd. But yeah, the longer it sits, the better it gets. I've got corncob jelly that is 5 and 6 years old, that when I open it, it is amazing. It's just amazing. Sandy, I have never made honeysuckle jelly. Somebody just asked me that. I don't know if it was you or not. Somebody just asked me that in an email recently, if I made honeysuckle jelly. I love honeysuckles. I'm actually allergic to them, but I love the smell. It's one of my favorite smells. That and gardenias. Oh my goodness. I have never made that. If you have a recipe, could you email that to me? I would love that. Where do you get the honeysuckle blossoms, right? Is that what you would use? Okay. And also, give me a thumbs up if you're in the US, because I really want to give away this book. We're up to 17 likes. I got 2 thumbs down, so that's 19, right? They're likes. So give me a thumbs up if everybody's in the US. Okay, because I don't want you to be left out if you're overseas. And I have a lot of viewers, gosh, in India, Australia, Canada, Italy, I have a lot of viewers everywhere. Oh, okay. Yeah, I wonder where you have, I guess you would have to do like the same thing I'm doing with my my squash blossoms, is just save them. Oh, yeah, you're right, Marissa. Thank you. You're right. That's probably the trolls. I forgot about that. Okay. Um, let's see. What would be a good question for the giveaway? Well, thank you. You look so much like Sally Field. Well, thank you. Sally Field. I remember Sally Field when she was younger. I used to always watch her reruns of The Flying Nun. I love that show. So thank you. That's a compliment. Thank you so much. Let's see. Let me think of a question. And then the first one to get the answer, I will be sending this book directly to you. So, and I'm going to be giving away some seasoning too. So let me do the seasoning first, okay? I don't have it in front of me, you guys, but either seasoning, Italian seasoning, or some of my minced onion. So your choice. I've got little packets of it, and I'll send you a couple packets each. Okay, I've got little packets like that. So, let's see. Okay, for a packet of your choice of Italian seasoning or onions, minced onion, why do we not leave the rings on the jars? First one to answer. Why do you take the rings off of the jars after you can? Okay. Okay, we have false seal is what I'm looking for. Bear step. So it says, so if you know, so you know if it spoils. Yes. Yeah, I will take that. So, okay, so I need Bear Step, Joe, and Sandy to please email me at thecanningnana@gmail.com and put in the subject line that you won either Italian seasoning or minced onion, your choice. I'm going to send 2 packets. So if you want one of each, that's fine too. Email me your name and your address and everything, and I will get those out to you tomorrow. Okay? So, let's see. How many do we have in here? We're up to 18. Okay. Let's see. That's another question. How about for a canning debubbler, why is it important to me to can my own food? And I'm looking for a specific answer. Why is it important to me to can my own food? Yes, Widgets World, exactly. You got it. You got it. That was the answer I'm looking for. Widgets World says, so you know what's in it. That's exactly what I was looking for. Thank you. There's so many different answers to that, but that was the one that I was looking for. So Widgets World, can you email me your name and address, and I will get this out to you in the morning at thecanningnana@gmail.com. You just won one of these debubblers. And remember, you guys, they are available in my Etsy store.
The United States dollar is the official currency of the United States.
For some reason, my Alexa's talking to me.
Introduced the U.S. dollar at par with the Spanish silver dollar,
Okay.
divided it into 100 cents, and authorized the minting of coins denominated in dollars.
I don't know if you guys can hear that. My Alexa is
Just so you know, I can help if you
talking about something.
Try asking me to call your phone.
And there's nothing. Oh, no. Sorry, you guys. That was Noah. Okay, I'm here. Okay. All right. We're good. Okay. Yay! So that was my cat, the earthquake cat. Okay. Man down, yes. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, so we're going to give away this book. I really need to get off this. I was only going to do an hour, but we're on here for a little while. So, okay, so for the canning Bible, that's what I call this. This thing is amazing. This one is, Noah, this one is from 2020, but yours will be coming from Amazon, and you'll have, as long as the 2021 is out, you'll get the 2021. Okay, so, okay, be ready? Noah, no. Noah, no. Hang on, let me get my cat out of here. Noah, look, come on, dude. Noah. Okay. Okay, so if it falls again, I will pick it up. Hang on a second. We're gonna give away this book, I promise. Hold on. Okay. Stop. Come on, get down, dude. Get down. Come on. Go in there. Come on. No, stay there. Okay. All right. Okay. Be a couple seconds before he figures out that he can just go around the hallway. All right, you guys. Okay. Yes, Noah wants to win. He wins. He gets treats. He's the most spoiled cat. I keep telling my husband I'm going to make a channel just for Noah because he does amazing things. Okay, so for the win for this book, and you have to be in the he found it. You have to be in the USA. You have to be in the USA for this one. And my next live, I will do something for those abroad and in Canada, Mexico, whatever. But for this, who did I say started me in with canning? Who was it that got me into canning? First one to say it wins this book. Sandy. Yes, Cecilia, you're right. But Sandy. Okay, so Sandy, you are getting this book. Email me your info and I will get this out for you. Yay, you guys. Thank you. I'm glad I got to give this away. I love giving this away. So yeah, it was my dad. My dad got me started in canning. For those of you, I think everybody was here. I hope everybody was here. Was everybody not here? Let's see. Okay, let's give away another seasoning or onion. Let's give away another one. Let's see. What are the two things that I make and sell? It's okay, Sandy. You can have both. It's fine. This is a really special book, and I like to give these away. My next live, I'll probably give another one away, so it's fine. So what are the things that I make and sell? For more seasoning or minced onion or both. Yes, Mennonite Farmhouse. Awesome. Awesome. You guys are great. See, you guys are paying attention. Okay. How about Mennonite Farmhouse and Widgets World? Okay, we'll do both. Yay, you guys. Okay, both of you guys email me, thecanningnana@gmail.com. Let me know what you won, because I will forget. And except for the book. And give me your name and address, and I will get these out tomorrow. And Sandy, once I get your name and address, if you email me today, I will get this out to you today. I'll order it, and it'll come Amazon. So thank you guys all for being here. I know I have a little bit of a problem with the timing of this, and I'm kind of learning as I go along. When I first started with YouTube 4 years ago, lives were different. I want to start on that thing that you use StreamYard. I want to start using that for lives. I think it'll be a little bit easier. But scheduling this live, I tried it 3 times and I had to cancel 2. And I think what I did is I canceled the wrong one. And it was still for yesterday. So I don't know if any of you guys were here yesterday. I think it was supposed to be for 3:10. I thought I had canceled that one, but apparently not. So, thank you. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate that, you guys. Oh, Noah. Okay, so my cat wants his treats. It's treat time for Noah. And I have to get going and, Hey. You are going to get stuck. There you go. Okay. Thank you, Joe. I really, really appreciate that. I really do, you guys. Yeah, Earthquake Cat's back. Yep, he's sitting right here too. So luckily none of the food is out, so he can't get to it. I did no, shoot. Stop. I did have these cucumbers out. I wanted to show you guys. Uh-oh. Now you guys can't see me. Hold on. Goodness. Okay, Earthquake Kitty. All right, we're gonna say goodbye and you're gonna get your treats. Hang on, come on. Okay, let's bring the kitty. Ouch. All right. Okay, we'll bring the kitty. Okay, here. Look, let everybody see you. Say hi. Say hi. Say, I'm Noah. Huh. Say, I'm Noah. I'm the troublemaker. Go down. Okay, so I was just going to show you guys real quick. I did have cucumbers out, and I will be doing some pickling cucumber videos. And I will be doing a pickling beets video coming really soon. Either later or tomorrow. Well, probably not later. You guys will see it tomorrow. And then canning carrots. So I've got a few things coming up. And I'm looking to do a collaboration with some other canners that is going to be called From Garden to Pantry. And I'm going to be doing another collab in August with a few other canners, and I'll tell you guys all about that. So he wants my attention, you guys. So he's like my little boy. I got to go give him attention. So thank you guys all for staying so long and watching me, and for your questions. If you have any questions, you can email me, and I'll answer them in the email, and I'll also answer them in the next video. Okay. So, and if you have any ideas that you guys want to see me can, that you haven't seen me can yet, please let me know, because if it's possible for me to do it, to get whatever you guys want to see canned, I will absolutely can it for you, or dehydrate it, do a recipe, show you things in the garden maybe that I'm not showing you. So I'm here for you guys. So whatever you guys want to know, let me know by email. That's where a lot of viewers, we go back and forth and talk all the time on email, and I answer a lot of questions there. So I will be doing, if I get enough questions, I'll be doing lives every week and answer your questions that way. Okay, so I will see you guys later. Have a great day, and all of this stuff is going to get out to you as soon as I get your emails. They will be, he's biting me. They will be mailed to you tomorrow. Sandy, get your email to me, your address, and I will get this book out to you today. Ouch. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so you know you've stayed on too long when your cat is biting you and pulling you because he wants your treats. So I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great day. And send me your questions. Bye. Bye, you guys.